Welcome to this communion message. I remember a few years ago, I had a really bad day. Things didn't go well at work, things were not going well at home, problems with the kids, problem with bills, and I decided to go for a walk. There was a shopping center nearby, so I headed there. And on my way, I was praying slash complaining to God about how terrible things were. In the midst of complaining to God, I said, I don't care if you take me right now. I don't care if I live or die. And as I was crossing this 4-lane street to get to the shopping center, in the middle of the street, I trip. Falling down, I look at the oncoming traffic, and there was the headlights coming towards me. I suddenly got up and ran to the other side. And as I was on the other side, in my conversation in my head with God, God said, do you really not care if you live or die? You seem to have gotten up very quickly to get to the other side. And I remember that story because it makes me more diligent about when I get tired, when I get a little discouraged, to not let my mind and heart wander to where it can be very dangerous for me. As we look today, we're going to look at the story of Joshua and his first battle, and it's with the Amalekites in Exodus.
Israelites quarreled, and because they tested the Lord, saying, "Is the Lord among us or not?" The Amalekites came and attacked the Israelites at Rephidim. Moses said to Joshua, "Choose some of our men and go out to fight the Amalekites. Tomorrow I will stand on top of the hill with the staff of God in my hands." So Joshua fought the Amalekites as Moses had ordered, and Moses, Aaron, and Hur went to the top of the hill. As long as Moses held up his hands, the Israelites were winning. But whenever he lowered his hands, the Amalekites were winning. When Moses' hands grew tired, they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat on it. Aaron and Hur held his hands up, one on one side, one on the other, so that his hands remained steady till sunset. So Joshua overcame the Amalekite army with the sword. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Write this on a scroll as something to be remembered, and make sure that Joshua hears it, because I will completely blot out the name of Amalek from under heaven." Moses built an altar and called it, "The Lord is my banner." He said, "Because hands were lifted up against the throne of the Lord will be at war against the Amalekites from generation to generation." Exodus 18.
Oh no, having to fight when you don't even expect to fight. The Israelites are just out of Egypt, out of slavery. And suddenly somebody's attacking them and they don't even realize it. Amalek has come behind them and started killing off the weak, the sick, the elderly, those who are tired and are trailing behind. Lions do this. They don't attack the strong in the herd. They look for the weak, the children, the elderly, those that are straggling behind by themselves. And those are the ones that they attack. In the New Testament, it says that Satan prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. And this is the strategy Amalek is using. Now, in the text, it does say Amalekites, but really in the Hebrew language, it says Amalek, an individual. And this individual, God is furious with. God is mad with this individual. We see that the concept of that individual being the image of Satan in this situation. He prowls around, he comes up from behind, and he attacks. But we have our hero, Joshua, who comes and fights against Amalek. Joshua is an interesting character. In Hebrew, his name is Joshua. But in Greek, what is in the New Testament, his name would be Jesus. So you have the Jesus character going and fighting against the Satan character, Amalek. And Joshua is able to defeat Satan, Amalek. But you have another scene happening on top of the mountain. On a higher plane, there's a trinity happening. You have Aaron and Hur and Moses. Moses is holding up the staff. And as long as he holds the staff, the Israelites are winning. But when his arms get tired, the Israelites start losing. So Aaron and Hur help him hold up the staff. And they put a big rock so that he could sit down on. This is a strange scene because on the cross, you have someone's arms spread out on a piece of wood. And in this scene, it's a staff, a piece of wood. But he's seated. But on the cross, if your foot is nailed to the cross, it looks like you're actually sitting down on the cross as you're on the cross. And so we have this scene happening that the victory is really because of lifting up the cross on the heavenly realm by God himself, the Trinity. We see in Revelation an image of a slain lamb. So the image of Jesus with markings of the cross on him is found in heaven also. So what has happened on earth with the cross goes all the way and has an impact of what's happening in heaven. And in one sense, God is using what happens with the cross to defeat Satan wherever he may be in the lower realm. What does this mean for me? When I'm down, when things do not go well, when I'm emotionally discouraged, when I'm fatigued from a long day, I am most vulnerable. But I need to have a conviction that Jesus is there, that he's fighting Satan in the background, because Satan is prowling. Most of Satan's victims do not see him till it's too late. But we know that Jesus, our Joshua, is fighting, and he will be victorious. He's here with me. But I know also that I can take security in that God the Father is overseeing the whole battle. He sees the whole thing from his viewpoint. And he's using the cross as a means for victory. So I have the victory. Will things go right all the time at work? Will my marriage be perfect? Will my kids be perfect? Will finances be perfect? No. But I need to understand that if I am in the spiritual battle and spiritually I am not sinning or doing something I shouldn't do, then the victory is there. Not whether things go right at work, because that will never happen. But I can see the victory, the true victory is over what is sinful, what is evil, what is satanic. And I could change my disposition, even though I'm tired, but I can hold the victory within my heart.